Okay, everybody, DK, Mr. V Amps, and here we have a Polytone Mini-Brute. Yep, I don't know much about these. I know Polytone amps are, this is with that type of driver, it almost looks like it's a bass amp. There are some bass amps that they made, and I know, I guess, some jazz cats like these because they were clean and loud. Just plain wood, and they finished it with like a rough kind of a sand paint. Interesting. This one's here for two reasons. I guess the reverb sounds like poo, and some dingus broke the third prong off the power cord. So I asked the owner if he wanted just the end of the power cord replaced with the three prong for grounding, and he said, and the whole power cord looks a little ranky, so let's just replace it. So we're going to put a power cord on it, and we're going to see why the reverb is janky. So let's listen to the janky reverb. Okay, so you can come look at the controls with me. Let's see. So we have preamp out, input, output, master volume, reverb, gain, and drive for the overdrive channel. How does one switch between one channel or the other? Let's see, input high gain, input low gain, okay, boost, cut, volume for channel 1, okay, so I see there's a channel changer there, so there's a channel 2 and a channel 1, and what, do they have the same volume? I don't know. Well, let's go into the high gain input. Okay, so that's channel 1. Let's turn up the reverb all the way and listen for it. It seems to work. The reverb appears to work normally for me here. And then what about this overdrive channel? Oh, okay, you gotta click it on. Here you go. Okay, so there's like a clicker switch, and that's normally how that works. Bass, there's a lot of bass there. Mid, that's kind of crackly, but it works. Treble kind of works. I don't know, reverb appears to work okay for me, but we'll clean the connectors and see what's up with that. This definitely needs a new power cord though. I'm trying to figure out what I'm looking at. This is wild. That's even like a wood back. I bet that was an auxiliary power out, maybe. I don't know. Are we going to find happiness inside, or are we going to find sadness inside? Okay, so that wood part is attached to this part. Okay, that's how it comes apart. And the reverb tank is right here on the back. Okay. It's marked LR. What is this? This is a Accutronics tank. The little short Accutronics. I'll flip it over. Maybe you can see that. There you go. Okay, that is a big speaker magnet in there. Like a big speaker magnet and a big transformer, and there's a lot of bigness in there. That's a beefy speaker. Holy moly. Let's bring it down here. Maybe you can see it too. Okay. And there's already a couple of things that are sort of weird. Yeah, and you're getting seasick bouncing around, sorry. Okay, so yeah, connectors. These, okay, this is some cluster that somebody did. Okay, this cluster is somebody's idea of line out, extra speaker out. I'm fairly certain that is not factory doing. Definitely not factory doing. Yeah. If that's factory, then I'm a monkey's uncle. But that would mess... Are these... If these are not switching jacks, that's trouble, because if you're plugging in another speaker, you're plugging it in parallel to the original speaker. And that wouldn't be good. That definitely wouldn't be good. And what's up with this? Yeah, see, that's the... Okay. I don't think that's factory. Definitely not. Let's see, the speaker in here is Seismic Audio. So that's one of those aftermarket speakers you can buy from Ding Dong China. seismicaudio.com. Speaker was changed in 2013. And we have some preamp circuitry up here with a lot of bodge wires. And we have some power amp circuitry down here in a little chassis that is screwed to the bottom of the device. So in order to get this out, I would have to get... In order to get this out, I'd have to get the speaker out, but I don't think I have to get that out because the power cord is plugged into this thing. So, alright, we're going to deal with that. Okay, so I changed the power cord. Buddy was asking me what this hole was. I'm going to guess, okay? This has one of those old school power switches that has on, off, on, you know, to switch your death cap back and forth. And that was usually associated with a 2-prong power cord, so I'm going to guess that was a 2-prong outlet that somebody removed when they put a 3-prong power cord in. Like I say, we're definitely not the first monkeys in this jungle with that. But anyway, the reverb here, I looked, and on the one end of it here, this cable was hanging by a thread, and it popped off the board. So that probably explains why it wasn't working so good. We got to resolder that, and that might explain why the reverb just wasn't working so good. The connector was barely soldered on. I'm going to see if I can do it without having to strip much more off of there, because those two connectors are like right next to each other. This is no fun. See if I can tin that a little bit. Okay, it's tinned a little bit. And this sucks. I think that caught. Oh yeah. Okay, let's check it to make sure I didn't screw it up before we try to plug it in and turn it on again. Maybe that'll make the reverb work better. It was working when I had it out before, but you know, it might have been hanging by a thread. Alright, so pin to... Hey. Hey you. What the frig? The ground works. Why not the signal? Or am I just having trouble touching the tip? Yeah, there we go. There's signal. And there's ground. I have the insulation cut so short that it was hard to make contact. Okay, so I think that's going to work now. Let's re-plug this in, see if it explodes. Okay, so that's the return. That's really sensitive now. That's the return, and then this would be the send for the reverb. So let's plug this reverb back in. I'm guessing this amp is maybe 70s or 80s. I don't know. And as far as these output speaker jacks are, I don't like it. Makes me nervous. All right, there, our reverb tank is reattached. So let's just turn up the reverb in the master, and then we'll bang on the tank and nothing happens. Just crackles at me. What the hell? I mean, it's certainly listening. What the hell? Okay, so we decrapified and adjusted this. Usually banging on the reverb tank gets us somewhere, but this one doesn't respond too well from popping on the outside of it. But she's working, and this wire isn't ultra sensitive. It's not cutting out now. These wires, I don't know if one of them had a little bit of strippy insulation or something, but I got everything adjusted and fiddled with, and the connector adjusted and fiddled with, and it seems to be working. So let's make sure the drive works. So I got to put a signal cable into it so we can listen to that. And I'll fall over the camera moving here. Okay, let's put some signal into this thing. That seems to work, and let's turn the reverb all the way up. Okay, yeah, it's working. See if it works when the switch is in that direction. Yep. Okay, so I think that the reverb was janky because the cord was nearly broken going up to that PC board, and the power cord was janky because it had been stepped on one too many times and somebody broke the third ground prong off. So I know somebody tried these external speaker jacks. I'm just going to advise dude not to use them because I don't want to try to tear this all down and get in there and do that. You know, it's kind of don't mess with what isn't broken. So we've dealt with what's broken, and we're not going to mess with you know what's not broken. And we'll call that good. We'll do a little sound check on it and call it a day. Okay, so here's our Polytone Mini-Brute Model 4, I guess, IV. Roman numeral IV. Cool. Put some more reverb on that and see if it serves. Yeah, kinda. Okay, let's back the reverb off and let's try the gain channel. This is a Rickenbacker guitar. It will generate noise when I get close to the amp. Single coil pickups, baby. they do that. Okay, so this is the drive channel. That works just fine. It actually sounds a lot better than I would have imagined for a solid state drive channel. That actually doesn't sound too bad at all. So it's little, it's loud. I think that's the point of why they call it a Mini-Brute. But what wasn't working is working. And Reverb does work on the gain channel, on the high drive channel. I don't know that I really like it. And we're back to the clean channel again. And she works. So hooray for everything. We're back in business, and I can tell dude to come get his amp because it works now. We'll talk about I'll talk to him about the things that are not stock about it, but it's working. We solved the problem with the crappy power cord and the janky reverb, and we'll see if he really likes it. You know, if this turns out to be one of his favorite amps, maybe he wants it restored more stockish, or maybe not. You know, hey, have a great day.